さあさあ、まだ幕は開けたばかりだよ僕。嘘だけどね。
I've been that piece, don't test me. Only I dream, no friendlies. All of my G's unfriendly. None of my fees want ending. Sheesh.
1, 2, 3. Yokoso. What's good? What's good? What's good? My name is mewmuse, and I'm back to play more BioShock. The game that's a lot longer than I anticipated it being, and that somehow went from cute, quirky Illuminati jokes into real, poorly spoken, admittedly, politics, or admittedly poorly spoken. See, just like that. And it will continue. I was gonna only do 3 for the politics things, but I may as well just keep it up for this whole entire fucking game. I mean, why would I stop now? I'm still watching some political videos, and I don't know. Fuck it. But first, I'm gonna try and find my sea legs, because I'm at the last part of the game and I don't have any ammo or money or anything to fucking really get me through it. I have a camera with 100 pictures of film. Maybe that can do something for me. You like this? You like all this? And then they just run away. Anyway, we'll oh, that's a fucking camera. We'll see where the night takes us. Okay, I'm already dead. And he's frozen for some reason. And he's full health. Dude, fuck this game, bro. How much money do I got? There's cameras everywhere. I can't control my fucking thing. I don't need that. How much money do I have? I have 102. I gotta kill some more enemies. You ready for this, dude? And I'm dead. Shocker. Absolute shocker. And I'm back. You can best believe I'm just gonna keep smacking you until you die. Alright, we got some money. And I need to go this way. Alright, I'm gonna heal because... Motherfucker, bro. I have the device I need and I can't, and nothing fucking helps because this is a bullshit game. I'm just gonna see where I have to go. Fuck it. What's my objective? Get a second dose of lot 192. We're gonna run. We're gonna run to... No, don't buy anything, dude. We ain't got... Motherfucker. I'm dead. I don't know why I didn't heal. I could just waste all of my health packs trying to get to this fucking door, but... I don't know, I may as well just do this. So where did I leave you last time in our little political romping that we're going through together as a team and as a unit? In rage. Jump. Okay, or I can just take the fire flame. It's not like I wanted anything useful that works against the camera. Harness my friend right there. We used to do ninja noises. Yeah! Now we don't. It's okay. Take that. Hey, fella. Oh, I left you off on aliens. That was supposed to be my punchline. What was the smoke bomb gonna do for you? Where are you, bitch? Holy shit, dude. Forgot about the turret. So I've been watching more videos on YouTube. And honestly, it's a pretty terrible place to watch videos. But it's also like the only place. And that's probably part of the point. I don't know any Chinese video sites, but I'm sure they're exactly the fucking same. And I'm not sure where I'm not sure where my algorithm wants me anymore. I went through and I was like, I'm done. And so I decided to say I'm not interested in any of it. And then I kept watching. It's addictive. No. Like I know things, and I'm with a group, and I'm getting things figured out, which is fun. I could use it. I'm gonna tell you what I want right off of this, as I talk about this political shit. In case I keep talking about this political shit, what I'm getting out of it is I don't connect to people enough. I just generally don't give a fuck, even when it's shit I like. So, motherfucker, I forgot about the bitch again, dude. So, can I grab you? Nope. So my whole thing is I just don't connect to people. And it sounds fucked up. Cause even with shit I like I could do it on my own. I do a couple things. I make a little bit of music, I could do that shit on my own. I play video games, I could do that shit on my own. I just am not interested. But I don't connect enough. 2020 fucked me up. I just took that as license to not give a fuck anymore, apparently. So this is how I'm choosing to stay connected. And as long as I'm choosing to stay connected with a little bit of a sigh, like I fucking guess so, since I expected to be to some stupid fucking degree, I'll try and be a little productive. Everybody's already talking about shit, and I could easily just be like, well, what am I gonna add to the conversation? I may as well just, fuck it. Fuck it, dude. It's a good fuck it point. Some fuck it's are bad, like when you're like, I'm a little tipsy right now, but I could drive. It's a bad one. Other fuck it's are fine, like I don't really want to go to this party, but you know what, fuck it. This will be a good one. So that's what I want right off the bat. Anything I say after this is not my concern. I will take it to Point Prometheus. But I'm still watching some videos. I was watching a little bit of a dude that I've been watching for a while, and he always combines them in a very strange way. That he says there's like wordplay or something behind it. I don't know. I just assume there's some like 1-2 combo because he's black. But sometimes I see the wordplay, and other times I just don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But there was a girl on his channel who was talking about all the these motherfucking things, dude. That's all right. You could kill me because I'm gonna end up back in my little tank. I'm just gonna go in here and I'm gonna collect all this shit while you trying to kill me. Motherfucker, dude. I'm gonna take this as well. Yeah, what do you want? You kill me, I don't care, dude. I got unlimited lives. I'm gonna grab this before you do. Heal your injuries in a blink of an eye with new Medical Expert 3. Are you mean I've been using the first one this entire time? I don't care. I don't care. But he had a, I guess I'll start here. He had a girl on there today who was talking about, what was she talking? She was talking about the Schumann's resonance. Let me fucking search that up. I don't even know what the fuck that shit is. That's the Schumann's resonance is what the Earth's frequency is. Apparently. Maybe. That's my best guess. Schumann's resonance. Global electromagnetic heartbeats minus or about around 7.83 hertz. Formed by lightning in the cavity between Earth's surface and the ionosphere. That sounds like sex to me. Formed by lightning. These extremely low frequency signals spanning 3 to 60 are linked to natural rhythms. They can affect human biological rhythms, brainwaves, and hormonal balance, with potential risks like fatigue or stress if the signal is weakened. What they are. Schumann resonances are electromagnetic waves that act as background noise in the atmosphere, appearing as distinct peaks at approximately 7.83. How they work. The Earth's surface and the ionosphere form a closed waveguide. Lightning activity in this cavity excites these resonances. The fundamental mode has the highest intensity. Alright, so I'm gonna be straight up. I don't know what the fuck that means. And she was going off on some good points. I'm all for the spiritual enlightenment movement. But after a point, she started losing me. First off, she had all these tattoos that didn't make any fucking sense. Like they were just the hey, try these on tattoos, which is, maybe she is just like, she wants to try it first before she does it. That's pretty smart. I actually like those tattoos a lot because it's a smart invention. It's pretty fucking dope. But she was going about all this, like, the Schumann resonance. I've been watching it. And, it's not good right now. And then it's weird. As soon as, we're starting to do good, then all of a sudden the data goes off. And then now, let me grab that. And then the data magically goes, just like I was saying with the ham radio. She's like, the data magically disappeared. And she was giving me her whole spiel about, like, we got to be love and light. We are the positive change. And then she kept stopping herself for some reason to being like, oh, that's 222. Oh, that one's 121. I didn't really understand that part when she kept stopping herself and, like, calling out angelic number things or whatever. Because she was just calling out, like, random numbers. She's like, oh, now the microwave is at 425. Oh, 732. Like, if you Google angelic numbers, every number is an angelic number. So I didn't understand that. But that wasn't my gripe. At the end of that, it was all like good, like love and light. Yeah, let's be positive to each other. Let's get it. Let's work as a team. Remember, stay positive. She gave me the thing that I do not like about the whole consciousness movement, which is it goes like from good into like, oh, this is like paid programming right here. She's like, you need to be the change. Stop worrying about the world. You are the code. You will manifest. You can change it by yourself and how you feel about things. You don't need. And she cited that famous quote, you will own nothing and be free. And she's like, I was thinking, and that is so true, but we have distorted it. And we aren't looking at it the right way. You are the code. You can change the system. You don't need to change the system. You are the system. And since you are the system, all you need to do is manifest the life that you want to lead. You don't need these things. You don't need to own anything to be the system itself. And that's where I was like, all right, lady, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because I like what you were saying, but I kind of prefer like if everybody has their own love and light like version, there's really only two in America. It's like the hip-hop version, which would be the black version and anyone who likes hip-hop, and then like the white version that doesn't listen to hip-hop. And she was definitely on some white version shit, and I have nothing against white people. I'm half white, but I need to own some shit, bro. Like, me manifesting is not going to solve some of the problems that I have. I'm not going to manifest like getting some shit I want. They're not going to magically drop the PlayStation 6 or the Xbox down to like $250 so I can afford it. I'm not going to be able to pull off that manifestation. So I'm going to need to have some things. And then when I do get a hold of that bitch, I'm going to need to be able to play my motherfucking games on it And then if I decide I don't want internet, I'm gonna need to have the games in my library working. I need the games to turn on. Me being the code, obviously you gotta tell other people because they don't know that I'm the code. Because shit does not seem. If you want to give that message to everybody else and let them know that I'm the code, and I would appreciate having a couple of things, then I would like that. But I don't think they know that you're in the future. I think you gotta tell them that first because this is just not the way that things are. So I prefer the black version because black people were slaves and they were like the most recent slaves that we got around here. So it's like I will never be worried that they don't want to own shit. They're never gonna fall for that one. You will own nothing and be happy because they'll just be like, I just went through that. Not me personally, but nah, I need some shit. So she lost me as soon as she started quoting, "You will own nothing and be happy" or whatever the fuck. Nah, I'm gonna need some things. If I buy Baker's dozen of cookies and I only eat 7 of them, I don't want someone coming to my house and then saying that, well, since I didn't shop today, they're gonna take my cookies back. The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, you gotta. If you don't shop every other day, then any leftover food isn't yours anymore. I don't understand that. What the fuck do you mean I bought the food? I just didn't eat it. Yeah, well, you should have eaten it. Okay. Alright then. I'm gonna eat these cookies right in front of you. Fuck you, homie. You could try and take these cookies from me. I'm gonna go get some milk. I want to see you try something while I'm going to get a glass of milk. I would love to see it. I'm gonna slap the shit out you. Oh, I'm dead. At least I got to that little stop point. But I totally do. I do agree with her. And I think, I don't know, I would like to say that we could get to a point where there are certain channels, since they took away the dislike button, and anyway we have bots, so the dislike button isn't like useful. I wish that we were at a point where we could be like, yo, this person right here getting all this money and all these views on YouTube, nah, avoid them. They're not the lick. It's not gonna happen with this person. But we're just starting to get together again and act like civil human beings, so we can't really do that. I would say it'd be a bad idea right now. So just let people ride and then tell your closer homies like, this ain't the channel. But I do agree with her. So I'm gonna go off 2 things. If she is an op and just hired to do it, I would say that the first part of her spiel was good. Getting your vibes up and your positivity and all that. And then the last part was absolutely garbage. And she's trying to fuck up the message. And if she's just, that's what she believes, that's also cool with me. I don't mind it. I disagree with it, but I don't mind it. But the last part's still garbage. But the first part I agree with. That there probably most likely is. I'm not a part of any of these fancy groups, but I would say that I think I said it in the other parts. We definitely control some shit. But nobody really has the formula figured out. And all this shit happening now, I think, is because they have a better idea of how things work. And they're trying to kind of see. They're testing a whole bunch of shit to see, like, hey, is this, this something we could fucking do? Because they've been doing it for fucking hundreds or thousands of years. Lord knows. Especially with this Bible shit. That's a separate thing, though. But I definitely agree with Homegirl. But I also think that that's like something, even though you kind of got to be aware with it, and I'd give it my stamp of approval. The government is definitely fucking with it right now and seeing how much they can get off along with these corporations. And that might be concerning, and it's concerning to me for sure. But as far as like lifting our fucking wavelength up, that's true. Everybody knows that, because even if you don't think about it from like a metaphysical level, just, you know, going through the right steps, you're gonna have less problems, and that's just gonna overall make things better. So scientifically, it's sound. And on a metaphysical level, as far as changing things without direct physical action, that's most likely a theory that is true, and we just don't know. But I think it goes without saying now. Like, the government probably knows, and everybody here that's into that stuff even remotely is like, yeah, for sure, it's definitely something that exists. But also, I don't think it's I mean, you want to stay in a good mood, but keep it at that. I think don't pour all of the. I'm terrible to give advice about what to pour your time into, but I told you my story. I still don't give a fuck. But I feel like you don't want to put all of the energy into the Schumann resonance and constantly having a energetic battle. At the end of the day, in essence, that's what it is. I mean, bad people are bad people, good people are good people. If there were only good people, it would be a good world. If there were only bad people, well, then it'd be an orderly world. It wouldn't be a bad world. If there were only bad people, it wouldn't be a bad world. It would be a very orderly one. Very directed chaos. They would just find something else to kill. I'm sure they wouldn't be fighting each other the whole time. It wouldn't just be a power hierarchy, and then they would be like, we will find other things to kill. If you have a problem, we'll challenge you right here. And if you die, then it's not a problem anymore, is it? That's probably how it would work if it was only bad people. Just be power. And then the Trump assassination. Which, who knows? It's probably fake. Timing is a little fucking weird. And that's all you need. Timing's weird, it's fake. I'm moving on. That's all I need. You know what? I'm just gonna, it was fake. It doesn't matter. I don't need to believe you. I don't even like you. Oh. If it was real, if it was fake, it didn't fucking impact me at all. I'm still trying to figure out if an actual assassination successfully would fucking impact me. I'm pretty sure I still wouldn't give a shit. But I'll pretend. I'll be like, damn, that's too bad. At the very least, Trump, don't get... If you're one of my OnlyFans, Trump, just make sure you're not offended by this. But if you were to die, I don't necessarily like you, but I don't hate you. When people say online, like, finally he's gone, I wouldn't join in. I would just be like, I didn't feel any way about the man. That's the best I could do for you. And that's probably the best I could do for any guy or girl president. Unless she's fine. If it's that one lady from New York, then I feel a little bit bad. But I'm a simp, so it don't really matter. Or wherever that girl is. Be like, damn, she died? That's weird, someone would kill her. Yeah. Hold on, baby. Ooh. That was easy. See, why can't life be that easy? But I do have a couple notes. What did I write on my notes? So I have, I'll do that one last, I guess. Hard was that, no, positive, negative. I can't even read my shit. I was watching a YouTube video and some dude just said that the Ukraine war has killed over 1 million people. And then I Googled it, and that's all I did is I Googled it and then I looked at the AI response, which probably isn't the best thing to do. But I imagine it's in the ballpark, give or take 2 million people. So that's fine for me. Smell like a big daddy, sound like a big daddy, look like a big daddy, become a big daddy. I could do this. Become a pimp. I'm already a pimp. I just need the right clothing. But if it is closer to 1 million, this guy's way smarter than me. I already know it. But yeah! Alright, I'm gonna hack it. Oh shit, I gotta actually hack it. What is the twisty one, bro? What the fuck are all these things that you're giving me now at the end of the game? Why did you think that this was something that you should introduce at this point in the game? What the fuck, bro? Oh, I'm dead. I'm fucking dead, then. It's not enough. Oh. This is trash, dude. This is a terrible experience at the end of the game. It's such a good game. I didn't think it was going to be this hard. I thought it was just going to be a cakewalk and I was going to walk through it. But if 1 million people have really died in the Ukraine war, that is terrible. I mean, terrible from a human perspective, but I'm not really thinking from that perspective right now. Terrible from a, like, are we being duped perspective. So,
where do you think you're going? You need to become a big daddy before you are able to draw out the little one.
Okay, where do you want me to go? I don't even know where the fuck I am right now. This thing is what I need to do? You want me to put this on? How do you put it on? I'll just walk around and look for shit, I suppose. So I would say that's more concerning. Like, I'm gonna just try and be the guy to give you like some tips based on how I see it. 'Cause that's what we're all doing right now. Don't you dare, motherfucker, dude. So we're gonna go. We're gonna follow my line of reasoning. This is such a hard part. What are we getting out of it? So, the Bilderberg meeting just leaked, and that was also in the video where he said that over 1 million people have died in the Ukraine war. Cool. The Trump just almost got assassinated. Cool. Whatever. I just watched a video on how there are some religious zealots trying to end the world. Because it fits into their ideology of their book and their religion, and so even Trump's like assassination with his ear is in John's Last of Days rant or whatever the fuck John did. I don't know what the fuck John's doing. He was tripping up there like Skywalker. He was sipping on some weird ass sour milk. That clearly, but. And then Palantir is taking over the world, and the AI bubble is coming, and all this type of shit. Bilderbergs. And then the Ukraine war and the Hormuz Strait. And then that war. And then all the wars. All the things.
After Ryan takes this place, here is where they build the skull. Find the pieces of the
I'm looking for the pieces of the suit, baby. And all the things. So the things that are most prevalent right now that we're talking about online are the Trump assassination, the new one. And then AI obviously is just not going to go away. And what was the other thing? The Trump assassination, AI, and then oh yeah, Palantir. So out of the things that we're talking about that are happening, the most that I see, I have like no weapons, bro. AI is probably the most concerning one, kind of, because it affects so many people's jobs. So that's always worth a good old talking about. Oh yeah, and we're still talking about the scientists and shit. But honestly, like in comparison, now that I have that like I was reminded. Oh, he just donked me and I'm out. Yo, the Trump assassination shit, that is not a big deal, bro. Who give a fuck? I just told you I would hardly even care if he actually died, because there would just be, Vance would be the next guy. Oh yeah, and everybody's talking about JD Vance. Why the fuck are you talking about JD Vance? What's he gonna do? How's he gonna do anything differently? Why is he even a topic? Oh my fucking god. I'm gonna get there eventually. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna bring the point home. No! But it's just like it's not a good thing to focus on. Like Palantir is not, because kill him, please. Because that's a company that's business is war. We keep treating it like a tech company. You can't look at Palantir like that. From the very start, I'm pretty sure, or if not from the start, like now, for the past however the fuck long it's been, they're strictly based and designed for warfare. It's like a defense company. So this might be the first time that we have been allowed to talk about them like this, because it's the first time they've chosen to be as divisive as this since secrecy. But all you have to do is you have to look at how politicians used to be, and then along comes Trump and then the cronies that decide like, hey, let's try and pull off memes and let's be super loud and we're gonna see how that goes. All the defense company did was the same exact motherfucking thing that the politicians did, but they're a defense company. And so when fucking Peter Thiel or whatever comes on to a mic and he's like, and when we have to, we gotta kill some people. Honestly, bro, if he would have gotten on that mic and done the unprofessional thing he's not allowed to do, which is like, and then we're gonna kill some motherfuckers because they're the enemy and I don't give a shit if they die, I'd be like, whatever, dude. He's a defense company. If it was Mark Zuckerberg who said that, I'd be like, alright, let's get this guy out of here. Sam, you cannot speak like that. But this dude works in a defense company, so he makes weapons. So, and then I can guarantee you, no matter how much we talk about it, we might think that we're affecting some things in that department. We ain't affecting shit, dude. The military is the very last thing on the list that people should even assume they're going to change. There's only a couple ways to change the military. I'm not going to detail them, but it doesn't matter how much online conversation and chatter you get, dude. Any company that is more militaristic and designs things for the military, whether they're deciding to be quiet and sneaky like little rats, or they're like out there and they're fucking howling at the moon saying that we're gonna shoot them all, we don't have any sway in that department. We have much more sway in the political realm. For politicians, tech companies, we can maybe change some things, but if they just like make weapons and it's not like the iPhone giving access to something, yeah, dude, we're not gonna be doing shit. I mean, that's a waste of effort. Military don't give a fuck what we think. I can tell you that right now. There's no amount of we're gonna get together and talk about it that's gonna change the fucking military men's minds on the very top. It's just not happening. So talking about Planeteer is, you know, unless we're gonna get a bill going and we're gonna get that shit into the system, not worth it. You need a bill, and first you need a politician that's gonna what the fuck, dude? That wasn't very nice. So that whole thing is a waste of time. Trump's assassination is a fucking waste of time. Who gives a fuck? We've been through it. Nobody died yet, so I mean, if someone dies, maybe we should take a little bit more concern, but if the motherfucker's still alive, I don't give a fuck about it. No offense, Trump. The scientists, jet propulsion, I don't give a fuck about jet propulsion, bro. What the fuck am I gonna do with jet propulsion? That's just more fucking military shit. They want us talking about the military because we have zero bargaining power in the military. It's so difficult to do anything in the military. That's why they want us talking about it. AI is where, if you really care, I say AI is still a great conversation. Definitely keep fucking bugging AI people. Don't ever stop that shit, because that's going to lead to so much other shit. Just forget about the military for the most part. And don't support wars you don't believe in, and then definitely, you know, give you 2 cents of shit, but don't let that be the main focus. Focus on things that you could have a little bit more of an important voice in. And the reason why that's not important compared to the other shit right now is this motherfucker, he said that the fucking Ukraine war is still going on. And that it's killed like a million people. The number is probably not a million, but I mean, that is not okay. That's the most concerning thing. That's so much more important than all of these things. Is we will actively forget that a war is happening that's claiming over 100,000 people. Any war that's, I'm not the numbers guy, but I'm just gonna invent a number. Any war that's been continuing and over 100,000 people have died. No, the whole world needs to address that. That's not okay. If more than 100,000 people have died, and this wasn't just like a mini war, and this shit has been going on for years, no, the whole entire world needs to stop and it needs to look at this situation. All of these like World War III fears, I don't give a fuck, bro. Just don't fucking invade the country, obviously, but you can't have a skirmish, a never-ending skirmish that's called a war, but is it really a war? Because they're not making too much ground. I'm pretty sure things actually happen in war, and you don't just sit on one side like it's World War I and just fucking keep killing each other over and over again. The whole world should be looking at that. That is incredibly unsettling. For it to not have like a clear ending, and then most likely the fucking Palestinian and Israel thing's gonna be the same shit, which but it's been like what, 2021 for the Ukraine war. It's still happening, dude. That's not okay. That should be one of the biggest things that we're talking about. You can't let a kill count number get up to that type of shit. And then we're all just over here doing nothing. Even if there is like World War III on the horizon, like you would think that if you were really old school American Marines or like English SAS or Special Forces or anything, like you would think that, you know, you'd be like, maybe we should all address this and just chance it. Because if we set a precedent for this being okay, then what's the fucking point in even wearing a fucking suit saying you're gonna defend a goddamn thing if you can't even defend that? But that's starting to get a little too sad. But I feel like that's the important part. That's what the focus should be on. Fuck Planeteer. That is unsettling as far as how long that's been going on and the kill count getting up there. Because if you want to just protect, like, you know, only, we don't have to get along. But if we're supposedly allies, I mean, like human allies, I mean, we should probably try it. Get a little bit more done would be my guess, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not the guy for that. I'm just the guy on the mic at the moment. But I would say getting that started and letting that be a thing that exists in the future is not acceptable, and it's probably one of the big things that they want to make sure is okay. I'd say it's one of the biggest, actually. Let me do this. And we should have seen that earlier, but I mean, oh well. Hard to stop military shit. It's more for military folk. Oh. Now I'm sure there's going to be someone who's going to be like, it's been going on in Africa for so long, and you don't know about all of the smaller skirmishes in South America, and blah, 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 blah. You know how many places there's been forever war? Are you fucking kidding me? This was an invasion that was declared to the world. The other places just erupted because of coup and meddling. Russia was like, I'm gonna take your shit. And then they're over there just throwing new types of missiles at each other. This is totally different than anything else that's been fucking going on. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it. Why am I the way I am? I was born that way, baby. It's gonna stay like that. Yeah. Where's this camera that keeps seeing me? It's right in front of the fucking door. I think the most accurate things right now, as far as what the future is looking like, because I still don't think they're going to get to space, and I think AI is stuck on some flunky shit, and they're just going to opt for control over the situation instead, because things are getting out of hand. I think I'm pretty correct in people having such drastically different realities that it's starting to fuck with everything, and they're trying to force us into compliance and into thinking and feeling and believing certain things, so they keep power and bad shit doesn't keep happening. It'll happen anyway though. But Psychopass, the anime, Metal Gear, the fucking legendary game, the Cyberpunk universe, awesome game, and District 9. I bet it's gonna be a combination of all those motherfuckers right there, more so than others. Definitely not a fucking Matrix. The Matrix is a nice little fucking wet dream, but it's gonna be a lot more grounded than that. You're not gonna be fucking stopping bullets with your goddamn mind. It's gonna be like Psychopass. Everything that's happening right now as far as our algorithms being used for us in order to sell products that will eventually lead into controlling us if we get out of hand with whatever social fucking ranking credit score we have. China and the East and the West. It's going to be like Psychopaths trying to identify who's going to be an issue and what should we sell this person, and if this person's acting up, what kind of negative things should we put on their feed, and how can we haze them and to get them into submission. And we're going to stop terrorists. If there are more active shooters and there are more terrorists, then we can just keep pushing and pushing until we have everyone under our thumb. And then now, if you're talking shit or we get wind that you're not being an upright citizen, then we know your past because you post everything, and we're gonna guess your future, and we're just gonna try and use all of these tactics to mold your algorithm, since we're all owned by the same group of people, and we're not necessarily friends, and actually I don't even fucking like these guys, and if I could kill them I would, but that part's kind of difficult. But if I ever figure it out without getting caught, you can bet I'm gonna do it. But all of these guys, we talk to each other, and then so we're gonna get you into a little fucking trap. That's for sure the Psychopaths part. Metal Gear is just gonna be the war part, bro. We're gonna start having like stims and shit as soon as they get nano machines and nano clothing figured out, along with their little drone armies. And then all these proxy wars, we're already used to the proxy wars, we're already used to the drones. And then we're just gonna have a bunch of fucking psychotic ass motherfuckers coming back with like drug addiction and shit, just like the fucking Nazis. And your gun's not gonna work unless it's your fucking biometric. And if you notice, in the Metal Gear universe, after AI already thoroughly controlled the world through just information, not intelligence, just straight up information maps, and then it stopped progressing. Notice how in the other Metal Gears AI isn't like awesome next level shit. It's still like right where it is, dude. It's just like the Palantir of that. It's just over there being the same fucking annoying ass little dickhead. It's just like, I have more information than you, and this is how I combine. This is how I use it. It's not smarter though. It didn't fucking reach AGI. It's just over there using all its fucking Google Maps and shit. And then I'm sure we're not gonna have fucking cowbots and like geckos, but they're gonna probably come out with like some weird badass things that soldiers can, I mean, they'll like it because they get to be safer, but that's gonna be the war aspect. And then Cyberpunk, guess what you and I get, baby girl? Yeah, yes, you and I get Cyberpunk, dude. We're gonna have the food that we want to eat. We don't know what it does. Who gives a fuck? We're gonna be able to look how we want. I heard that you wanted to have the body of one of those experimentations from Dead Space. Guess what, girl? You coke bottled up. You got Japanese heart. You can be whatever you want to be, huh? You can look however you want to look. You want to be a vampire? You can be a vampire. I don't give a fuck about it. We bringing that furry shit in slowly. We get Cyberpunk. And then that's going to be our struggle. So that's what the general public gets. And then, did you think that I forgot about all of you workers just trying to make a living, whether it's through day work or through a union? No, I didn't forget about you. I didn't forget about you guys thinking that you had any sort of power just because you have a union. You're going to go on strike? Sure, have fun losing contracts. You're going to be District 9. You're going to be the builders. We're going to keep having projects for you. And if you don't work for us, guess what? You're going to be staring at the moon and someone else is going to be working on the moon and not you. And you're going to wonder how to get to the moon because you don't like it on Earth anymore because you live in one of the slums. So in case you thought you were going to get out or do anything, guess what? We have a plan for that. And I think it's going to mainly operate off of these four things. Psychopaths for the general information intelligence web. Metal Gear, Guns of the Patriots mainly, for the new type of warfare that we're inventing to make sure any and all insurgents against freedom are killed immediately, indiscriminately. Cyberpunk for me and my kin, where we're just trying to live, but you know, we're slowly getting changed and we don't know how many of our thoughts are actually our thoughts anymore. And then District 9 for all of the workers and the builders that really just want to live typical lives, but you're going to be kept where you're going to be kept because there's too many of you to pay you well enough, so you better get used to the type of labor you're doing. You get more incentive than other people just because your job is so important, but don't think that you ain't going to stay exactly where the fuck you finna stay. I think it's going to operate off of those four things. Because I think they haven't gone... AI is fucking dead, bro. They don't know what to do. They got no fucking clue. It's going to be a while till they figure that shit out. And in the meantime, you just got to figure out how to have people not actually start assassinating you. So they're gonna bring down the control hammer. as hard as they can and in as many ways as possible. And before I start getting to a more... Do I have anything else on my list? Before I start getting to a slightly more positive note, I'm going to make a little cliff note here that I think more of these like false flag assassinations and things like that are going to happen. Maybe even sometimes like with real death. I don't think the school shootings were part of that, but that could be awesome. Just like psychos are starting to pop up everywhere type shit. But I think one thing we can learn from that whole Tartaria thing that nobody paid any attention to, even though it was supposed to be Flat Earth 2.0, is people used to get really into like stories. Like a compelling story was enough for someone to like believe something. And it turns out that nobody gave a fuck about Tartaria, but everybody gives a fuck about a clearly put together assassination attempt. So I feel like they found a happy medium in between storytelling and real event, and that's what they're going to run with. So I expect a lot more of those things to start happening because they found what's most effective in people. But that was just a cliff note. Did I have anything else? I'm trying to figure out what the government actually... This is definitely not where I wanted to go, but I don't remember where it was that I wanted to drive to, and I also don't remember where I'm supposed to go in this game. But I was trying to think earlier today. I don't actually know what the government has as far as can you not do that every single fucking time, bro? Oh my god. And he just turns back on immediately. Little, leave me the fuck alone, dude. I'm just gonna run through here. You can try and shoot me, but I'm gonna sprint. Like, I'm looking at the playing field, and obviously they're like way better suited to all this shit than we are. And I call cap on their whole alien thing. And that made me think. That got my my thinking hat on. What does the government actually have? I get that one thing I like that bugged me when I was like super deep in the rabbit hole, and now that I'm out and I kind of just like talking about it, I just enjoy it now regularly, is symbology. And I thought it was fascinating. Well, at first I thought it was terrible. All the symbols of all these companies. How they all have something to do with like 666 or 33. And then I thought it was fascinating. And then I got bored and I just don't care. But all these symbols now, I don't know what they mean. I'm not a master at fucking symbology, but people also aren't that fucking complicated. It's just whatever fucking teenage girl inside joke that the elites have at the moment. You guys could get offended by that. It's not supposed to be offensive, but it is basically what the fuck you guys do. Like, that's what alchemy was. It was them not knowing how to do science, thinking that they were like hot shit. And then symbology is basically just the non-scientific alchemy of nowadays, along with some other things. It's just them still thinking that it fucking does something. I mean, we'll understand the subconscious that actually does something as far as like resonance and then mood and point of view and perspective and shit like that before you figure out a magic little symbol that's gonna take you to Narnia. I'm sorry, it's just not happening for you, homie. I don't care. Right now it seems like they're all drawing little fucking portals. I'm sorry, homie. You drawing a stupid little fucking portal for your thing or trying to make a whale is not gonna help you swim through space, and you ain't gonna just jump into a portal and then be out there on your own, brave little one. It's not gonna, you're not getting, whatever. So maybe the smarter ones in that group are like, yeah, at some point we'll just use it against the public and we'll have them distracted again. Because if you're one of the ones who actually believes that you can get anything from that stupid little fucking portal symbol or your stupid little fucking whale swimming out there in the ether, then you a dumb hoe. But there's probably a couple of them. I just think it's interesting that, like, oh, okay, now, because you're having trouble with space, you want some help, huh? So you're just doing whatever? You're just out here, you building, hoping they come? If you build it, it will show, or whatever? You just out here praying, wishing for the best. Like, well, it can't hurt. Oh my God. When the most powerful people in the world start saying things like, it can't hurt, though. We're not losing anything. It can't hurt anything. And if making a portal symbol helps with figuring out space travel, then I mean, it's a net positive, man. It's just a symbol, but I also kind of hope it works. So maybe it's not just a symbol. Who knows? We don't know how that science works. It's a mystery. It could be anything. Why not give it a chance? I think it's silly and it's cute. Like, oh, we're switching our symbolism up now, huh? We're ending the holy book, so let's all start making portal symbols and fish. Where's the Chinese sea turtle company? I'm waiting on that one, dude. I can't wait. We're just taking Earth with us on the back of a giant sea turtle. So that leads me to believe, I say all that to say that leads me to believe that the people who control our world and are so much higher above us, including even all the almost trillionaires, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They got no goddamn clue what the fuck they're doing anymore. I get to be Reptar. This is pretty fucking dope.
All we need now is body suit.
So yeah. What does the government actually have that's like cool? I'm gonna just pause it because I like this fan sound. Does the government have anti-gravity? I don't fucking think so. Does the government have portals? I don't fucking think so. Does the government have it's super advanced AI? I don't fucking think so. Does the government know how like the what's that chip? The Willow chip? And all of that super advanced quantum, hard to keep it cool long enough mechanic computing? They don't fucking know anything about that shit. What else? Spaceships? They don't have fucking spaceships, dude. Have you seen our spaceships? Elon Musk blows up a spaceship all the fucking time, dude. What else did they say they had? I feel like I'm talking to a younger brother at this point. Like, what did you... Alright, nah. So, how were you talking to her? How did you approach her? First off, look at what you're wearing, homie. And then you said what? In what kind of voice did you say that in? And what did she say? She said one word? And what did you say? You start trashing on her. Alright, man. Let me watch next time you do this. Like, what does the government actually have? They always say they have a ton of dope shit. I don't think they have anything dope. I think they have slightly more advanced missiles than what they've announced. I think they have like a laser that's maybe like 1 year ahead of the laser that we've seen. I think they maybe they have like some cool prototype like anti-gravity ship that's a total of 4 feet long by 6 feet, and it can float for a total of like 45 seconds, and then it fucking breaks down. I think they sure as hell don't have a portal. They sure as hell don't have no looking glass. They sure as hell don't have any time travelers. Have you thought about how stupid it is that you have to listen to the government telling you that they can time travel? And you gotta pretend like they're... And then these are the same people that, like, have the power to get millions of people killed. If they want. Or even billions. Like, they can freeze you out of your bank account shit. And you gotta listen to, like, some dumbass little brother tell you that he can travel back in time. Honestly. Like, yeah, what are you gonna do? You gonna fly from the roof? How can you fly? I don't want to see you do it. You can't. You can only do it at certain times, and you can't do it when anybody's watching. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. That's what I feel like now. I don't feel like the government knows shit about shit. But I do feel like the government does know about everything that we are experiencing, and that's the saddest part. Obviously, it's going to still be effective on me. It's going to be effective on you. It's going to be effective on them if they make an enemy out of their friends. I think they understand a lot about human psychology and physiology. I think they understand a really good amount about, frequencies and waveforms and vibrations. But they don't understand enough about it to make anything, like, productive with it. Like, they don't know how to apply it outside of where it already is, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, they can't take those 3 magical things that make up all of life itself and then figure out a way to make something that, like, completely changes humanity. I think they only know how to manipulate it where it already exists, whether it's building a machine to add more of it or just manipulating what's already there. And then I think it's this, like, dark, this super, super, super unspoken, nobody at the top talks about it, darkness of maybe we aren't as good at things as we thought we were. And so that's what all of us are experiencing now. Because to be fair, you don't need a lot to, fuck with a human being or control people. Like, if a human being has just a little bit more pressure in their head or a headache, that can affect their thought process. And if a human being is around something that excites their body through stimulation physically, that type of vibration or effects like that, or even frequency sometimes depending on it, that can agitate people, that can affect their mood. It can even relax people. That's how a mom puts her child to sleep, is she rocks them and she does, a very sweet nursery song. That's so, and it's like altitude. All of a sudden, if the pressure changes, whether it's weather manipulation or whatever the fuck, or altitude of climbing, or just going somewhere you haven't been, this is way different altitude, like that can affect your body and how it works as far as being fatigue and things like that. So, and then obviously they understand weather manipulation to a point, but I mean, all you gotta do is like stay awake in biology or whatever class it fucking was for like 10 seconds to know that as far as 100% is concerned, their weather manipulation versus how the Earth controls the entire ecosystem that is our planet, they aren't even a single percent as far as mastery is concerned. They're just spraying shit into the air and being like, well, if we make enough big fluffy clouds, then that is going to rain down, and it might be the simpler version of it, as clouds make rain, and then rain goes into the system, and then the system eventually goes into the ocean, and then the ocean turns into gas, it goes back to clouds. That's the best we could do right now. So I'll have to... That's like their level. And then food. Yeah, you can fuck around and make some little fucking genetically modified whatever the fucks. But you're not changing the food to, like, make us stronger. I mean, you did a pretty damn good job at fucking all of us up, that's for sure. So, I feel like it might be like a doomer perspective, not because we're doomers. I mean, some of us are, but most of us are just realists that know it could be a lot realer than what the fuck it is. But I feel like they're even bigger doomers. Like, you could do some, like, genetically modified food to kill off black people and Latino people, and at the same time make all young girls, like, start busting as soon as they get to puberty. Like, that's easy enough for a human being to do. But as far as, like, the actual achievement of creating food that makes us live longer, y'all failing on every single motherfucking box possible, bro. Like, what does the government do? So I feel like they just, you know, maybe there's always a lot more good people in the government than bad people. Even if the bad people happen to have the most power, and there's only like maybe out of 10, there's like 3 good people, and they gotta kind of stay quiet and just hope that they can, over time, through generation, you know, like, play the cards right. But I feel like they gave up, dude. I feel like, you know, powers that be fucking gave up, and they're going for, like, super toxic version of the world. And I feel like that's on the East and West. China doing the same damn mistakes. Because I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't think they can invent anything productive. I don't think they're really that good anymore at what they fucking do. I feel like they're just running through this. Like, the people in power are never really going to give a fuck about the church. And the church is definitely who cares about this whole prophecy shit the most. The people in power don't give a fuck about the religion really like that. Maybe a couple of them, but most of them do not. But church is too powerful. You can't get rid of the church. Church owns more land on the planet than, like, pretty much everybody, except for the crown. I think it's 1 and 2, I believe, and then maybe like a couple billionaires. But you can't get rid of them. So, I mean, you just got to be like, all right, we're business partners, so we just got to fucking deal with it. But aside from the religious people are always going to, at that level, they're always going to be blind. It doesn't matter what you tell them. The sky could turn purple. If the guy said that the sky was blue, the sky is forever blue. They're just going to be like, this is momentary, it's the devil. As soon as we get rid of the devil, it's finna go back. Otherwise, they'll fucking change colors around. They'll be like, well, blue, you can't have purple without blue. And it's the introduction of some random ass motherfucking thing. But so the church is just there, you know, forget about them. They've always been fucking loons. But I think that people just gave up. We're just gonna go, you know, people are like, you know, why? I may as well just make as much money as I can, and I may as well just fucking, you know, YOLO, you only live once. That's what I really think it is, because I don't think they got any of this shit they say they got. And I don't think aliens are like that. I believe in aliens, but I don't believe they give a fuck about creatures so fucking dumb that we'd rather make food that destroys us instead of increases our lifespan so we can take over the universe quicker. Like, even if we want to do something as negative as take over the universe, bro, we're poisoning ourselves with our own fucking shit, dude. So you would think the strategic thing to be is a species that would definitely think of itself highly if there were aliens, and they would want a seat at the big boy table, would try to increase the lifespan so you could get there faster, so you could get more ground. Even in the case there aren't aliens, just making the assumption through all the fucking masterful warfare tactics, you know, that like, oh shit, if there's no one here yet, I should probably get there before everyone else. But we can't even get to 80 safely. I just feel like everybody at that level gave up, dude. They could tell me whatever they want. You're not gonna change my mind. I'm looking at you. I'm watching you. You're a giver-upper. You're a fucking giver-upper, dude. And you ain't got any of the fancy shit you got. You're just trying to impress me because you little bro. You don't know what the fuck's happening right now, bro. That's how I truly feel at the moment. But that's their problem. We don't really get a say in it. That's just, you know, we're in the back of the roller coaster ride, and then they're at the helm, just not letting us get off. Really? How did I get to that room? And so we just got to kind of deal with it. You can climb out if you want to, and maybe some of us will be successful, but most of us are just going to fall and die. Alright, now what am I supposed to do here? I thought I had all of these things already, dude. And so that's it. Where? Dude, where was the thing at, bro? It saw me from beyond the door. Beyond the fucking veil. And they're always saying some stupid ass shit, bro. Like, now we have a looking glass and we can actually peer into the future a little bit beforehand. Shut the fuck up. No, you can't, bro. Why are you making dumbass statements like that? You can't do shit like that. A looking glass. All you really did is now you had sex one time because you have artificial intelligence, and because you now have enough information in your fancy fucking database that AI at the stuck ass level it is able to make a few good guesses on a few certain things. And even though it can't be accurate all the time, that's enough to tell people and get them excited so you can get more funding because you fucking need to keep having sex because you're addicted now. That's all it is, bro. You don't know shit about shit. Don't say you could tell the future. You're trying to make AI seem like, well, we're getting closer. We're soon going to be able to travel back in time. And that fake ass Barron Trump book that could easily just be falsified, truly, proves it. Shut the fuck up. Everybody shut the fuck up. Everybody needs to shut the fuck up. Go do something productive. Like, get us to space. Why don't you do that part? I'll be fine if you could just do that one thing. Get us to space. Get us to space in the next 50 years. I want to see over 1,000 people on Mars from any country in the next 50 years. If you could do that, then, you know, that's it. Next 50 years. That's not too bad, huh? You can just send them there and not even have a way for them to get back and just tell them to manage, like on some Promised Land type shit. Just get 1,000 people living on Mars in the next 50 years. You such big boys and you got all this fancy ass shit. Do that one thing. How about you do that? What are you worried about? You worried about China? Russia? Mars is a big ass planet. You can just fucking like draw some lines. You already did it on this planet. And this is where we live. So what? You can't draw some more lines? You can't just go at the same exact fucking time? So I don't think you could really do shit. But I'm obviously stuck at this part, and I might have to focus next video because I can't seem to get this done because I can't find anything, and I'm like paranoid about these cameras on some Planetier type shit. But let's try and think of the positives. Now this is the hardest part. This is the part that they wouldn't want you to ever do, and they don't have to worry about me because this is my weakest part, just like most people. This is the defining part to follow up all of this. It's easy to point out what is wrong because it is loud. It is a lot harder to figure out what to do because it is typically not as simple or as easy as telling someone what is wrong. So this is the part where I'm not going to be correct at all, because this is the part that is actually challenging and involves the most work, the most insight, the most knowledge, the most cleverness, the most business acumen. This is the biggest test of like, they're just talking their shit and then this person would actually be a threat. I'm not going to be a threat because I don't know what I'm about to say. But the thing that they don't want any of us to do is ever think about the solutions. So we'll keep being introduced to new problems in hopes that none of us ever wake up enough to think about the solutions. Now, you can relate that back to whatever you want. I like to think of it as the end of the civil rights movement and the introduction of drugs into your system. I mean, black people should know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, and so should white people. That whole war on drugs and peace, love, and the Jefferson airplane shit, that's because you started becoming too fucking productive. You had JFK in there, who was your man. You had Martin Luther King. You had Malcolm. You had all these people. You had all these people who were getting all these other people riled up. People were very intelligent. They were starting to speak. Not only were they starting to speak, they weren't speaking online. They didn't have online. They were organizing. And they were organizing in a way where you weren't just looking at a bunch of us holding signs, making funny little puns about Trump, who we dislike. These were people who, they were talking to each other, and while they were there, they were figuring out next moves. Your mom, some of your moms, some of your dads. And then they would go home and they would keep working like it was their job. And they also had 2 jobs. Like, these were dangerous ass people. So, of course, introduced to drugs, introduced to all sorts of things. And then you were distracted. You were now thinking about Vietnam. You were now thinking about just spreading love. Or you were now thinking about protecting your household from the crack epidemic and getting your ass thrown to jail because they were stomping out Black Panthers left and right. You were now thinking about other things. But it's this type of person, that civil rights type of person. If you ever get fucking confused, or if you're a motherfucking Gen Z or whatever, just go do research, which I'm sure way more Gen Zs have done a lot more research than I have. But that's the type of person they don't want. If you're ever confused, right then and there. That's the type of person they don't want. That's the type of person they'll do anything to get rid of. They can't have a bunch of those people running around because that's actual positive movement. So just for the sake and honoring their spirit of those types of people, I'm going to try and think about I'm not going to focus only on the negative. I'm going to try and come up with at least one positive on what could be done in a situation we're in to make it better for everybody. Can't be anything in the military because, well, frankly, military don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna make any changes in the military. There's only specific ways to do that, and I'm not gonna talk about it. But let me just see if I can speed run through this. And what the fuck was that, dude? Just a poison gas machine. But also, before I do that, maybe this whole required military conformment now, just like Korea, maybe people can use that to their benefit. Just don't get stuck in a nationalistic point of view, but maybe you can just always be present-minded while you're doing that military training, and you can use it to organize better when you come back home. But I think the only thing that I could come up with, because I don't know politics, I could act like I do, I don't know how economics works, I could pretend like I do, I can just make some solid guesses, which I've always been upfront about telling people that. But I think that as long as it doesn't involve, we still have to, you can't tear the whole system down, you still got to work with it. I think as long as it doesn't involve something like national security that's a little too difficult for a court system to be able to judge, to take to court. I don't ever want a population of people deciding how wars go, even though there could be evil people waging them and shit. It's just, you have to approach it differently. I don't think that should ever be a thing. You got to, I don't know what to do for that, but I know regular people can't do it through democracy. That's for sure. But I do think that we should not just say democracy is dead so people can centralize more power, but I think there should be something put into place that if it has to do with quality of life decisions that will affect an entire country or a state, it should be much easier without necessarily needing a politician for public opinion to have a voice, whether it's through bill or through just taking and holding some people accountable, people or corporations in court. And I think even without owning stock, the public should be allowed to, under certain circumstances, when it comes to quality of life for everybody in the state or country, have the ability to take tech companies and these other big companies that are not war-based or military-based or national security oriented completely, like Planeteer, but companies like Apple and Google and Facebook and shit, to court. And I think they should be able to put stops to certain things and innovations in the company if by overwhelming vote the people said that they do not want it. Figuring out how that would even work, or how, I mean, since it's an overwhelming vote, that's the thing about democracy, is if it's an overwhelming vote of like even 60% of people in the country, which would be considered overwhelming, you can't really fucking fake that. I mean, you can try and rig an election, and they do rig elections, but still the numbers will speak for themselves if they are wrong too often. That's why elections are so close together in the polls, so you don't know that numbers are being fudged. But if 80% of people in the United States of America or China, well, China is, sorry, you're not going to get that off in China. This is more of a democracy thing. Sorry, Chinese people. that was, I'm sorry I did that. But I feel like that's the only positive thing that I could, and that's the idea that I would spin to someone who actually knows what they're talking about. And that's the type of shit that, you know, you wouldn't, it'd be hard to get that off the ground. You would already need a whole bunch of politicians and powerful people on your side for that to even be a dream. But I think it's time where corporations have enough power to where people need to be able to vote on that power. That's what I'm trying to say, because democracy is still a solid idea, and they shouldn't use, I mean, the games at this point are so ridiculous, and we should still depend on the court system. We shouldn't get rid of the court system. We still, even if it's corrupt, we still need to figure out a way to make it work. Some things have gone through the ringer for so long, not democracy yet, but like court and the idea of court, that they need to stay around, because you're not going to find better ways around it, even if they're flawed. But I think we're at that point. That would be my thing, as a nobody, know nothing. I think that we should be able to vote on some quality of life type shit. Like, nah, dude, I actually don't want that to be a thing. And then we would just have to, we'd have to leave it to the much smarter people, hopefully not corrupt. You always gotta worry about corrupt people, but it's like, it has to be levels. Like, you can't vote on military things that can get everybody killed because you don't know anything about waging war. That still has to be you have to change that system some other way. And even if it pisses you off, you can't vote on something stupid like getting a vote together just because you don't want the PlayStation terms and services change to where if you don't connect to the internet you can't play your game. Like, you can't be that unfair. You can't just try and change everything about a company because you want it to be different. But for some things, and I don't have any examples right now, I feel like the people should definitely be able to vote on some motherfucking shit for quality of life. Like, maybe I don't want you to release genetically modified mosquitoes into the atmosphere, because guess what? Unless you can go to court and you can explain exactly down to the letter why it is so important to have genetically modified mosquitoes into the air, and then you'd be like, well, we eventually want to get rid of this virus. Okay, well, if you want to get rid of this virus, then why don't you just fund medical institutions more? You're going to try and have mosquitoes fight each other or fuck each other to death? Like, I don't find that as solid reasoning. That's not going to fly with me. The quality of life, like that type of shit. Like, maybe, like, chemtrails would be difficult. Chemtrails, you can make a solid enough case in court to where we need to understand that in order to terraform other planets, as well as if we ruin our own atmosphere. So I think people would lose that even if you want it to end. But it would still be like more productive than whatever the fuck is going on now. That's my positive contribution. I'm never going to be a Black Panther because I'm never going to want to be in the same room with you for longer than 5 minutes without a cigarette in my hands. But that's what I had to put into the fucking fishbowl. And I'm going to end the part here because even though it didn't sound like it, I'm super fucking frustrated right now with this game. And I don't know where I'm going. And I need to eat dinner and I need to feed my dogs. I don't know if I'll keep talking about politics. But part's going to be a part right here. So without any further ado, I bid you adieu. Until next time. Bye. ここだ